It's finals day of the Kickoff Clash here in Arlington, Texas, the esports stadium, Arlington. Scott, we finally made it. We've got 3 more teams to battle it out for that trophy.
The hometown team is still in it, fighting for their chance through the lower bracket. The desk was saying they could hear it in the ether. We can hear it. The crowd is absolutely phenomenal right now. They're going nuts, and they're behind their team. Everyone on the desk predicted the Dallas Fuel for this first match.
Oh yes, they did. The Dallas Fuel, they had a slight bumpy start to the very start of the tournament, but you know, I want to go back to the interview that Edison had on the stage. He didn't care who he faced till he got to the finals. The Atlanta Reign are their first opponent. If they make it all the way, they're facing the Glads, looking for some revenge.
It's funny because the Dallas Fuel, they want to make it back to the grand finals to go against the Gladiators, get their revenge, but so does the Atlanta Reign. Everyone wants to face the Gladiators, the most dominant team so far in the Kickoff Clash. Both of them lost pretty convincingly to the Gladiators, so it's time to have that grudge match, see who's going to win from this one, and move on to the penultimate match in the grand finals.
Yeah, the Dallas Fuel, of course, they have the home crowd behind them. I think we better bring them out. The crowd have been waiting long enough. Please welcome to the stage, the Dallas Fuel! Oh yeah, that's the smile I wanted to see on Edison's face. They're all pumped, they're locked in, they're ready to go.
They've been pumped up ever since that loss. Their match against the San Francisco Shock was a different beast. They were touching the spawn door. They were not allowing them any inch. They were just going in, keeping up that aggression. But the thing that stands out to me right now on those people that just walked out, Fearless is starting in the primary lineup, not Hanbin, which makes me think they're gonna start on that dive composition.
Yeah, it felt like a brand new Dallas Fuel, like the evolution throughout the entirety of the Kickoff Clash. That tempo just shifted into 7th gear. It was insane, yeah, like you said, touching the spawn door against the San Francisco Shock, a team that has done exceptionally well, had an undefeated streak coming into the Kickoff Clash. Like, that is unreal stuff. And I'm sure they were hurting coming into this event, losing the first LAN event we had in 2022 against the Houston Outlaws. But it's a completely different team if you look at it compared to week 1 to right here, right now, on the final day of the tournament itself.
They looked angry yesterday in their match. You could see it in their gameplay. They weren't willing. Sparkle giving us a wave. Hello, Sparkle, I miss you. I'm sorry for calling you a D-tier Tracer. Please stop calling me out on Twitter. Everyone gets really mad at me every time that happens. But Sparkle has been instrumental for this team. Didn't play as much in the regular season, but has been absolutely incredible on the Tracer, on the Genji, on the Mei. Anything he has needed to play, he has stepped up for them.
Well, there's one team standing in their way before they can take revenge on the Glads, or attempt to take their revenge on the Glads. We'll bring those out too. We've got the red team, the Atlanta Reign. Oh yeah. A completely different crowd as soon as the Reign step on stage. There's a couple of Reign fans in the crowd, I like to see it.
There's dozens of them, but that's the thing. If I was gonna not boo a team, I don't want to boo the Atlanta Reign. There's someone that seemed to feed off of that energy. A team that struggled already in the Kickoff Clash, and some came in at number 7 seed. We thought that they weren't going to have a good performance here in the playoffs, but they have stepped it up. Their coordination, the compositions that they have been playing have been absolutely incredible. A different beast to anything we've seen in the past. And I'm curious to see which one of those teams is going to show up today, because yesterday against the Gladiators, they also faltered. One-sided game from them. They need to reset their mental and come back into this match, because it's a completely different team in the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah, they lost 3-0 to the Glads. Like, quite a convincing win for the lads in purple, but again, they also want their revenge against the Glads, who are sitting up in the finals right now. Hawk starting in the roster, no Gator, means we're probably seeing a little bit of off-tank there. And that's been interesting when you compare the Dallas Fuel to the Atlanta Reign, and it's almost a similar story in a way that when the Dallas Fuel play Fearless, they've not looked their strongest. When they play Hanbin, their off-tank, they are looking like an unstoppable beast. Almost the same kind of story for the Reign. When Gator comes in, it's decent, yeah, but it's not something that we'd compare the Reign to in previous years, for example.
And I think that's very important, as you said, Jack. That Fearless Hawk head-to-head in this match is interesting. Hawk has shown a willingness to play this Xayah. They've been saying, someone play straight up against us. We keep getting cheesed by the rush comps, as Gator like to say. But Hawk has looked phenomenal on that Xayah. He's also been willing to pick up that Doomfist from time to time. If Fearless comes in to play this Winston, I would expect Hawk to be on that Doomfist.
The crowd already, that is for sure. They want to see their fuel in the finals. The Atlanta Reign fans in the audience, their cries maybe a little bit lower compared to the hometown heroes. Going on to Ilios first, Scott.
Atlanta Reign's map pick, and it makes sense now why Fearless is in the lineup. We've seen Dallas Fuel, they're happy to play that Xayah composition. They want to play that Xayah composition, but the Atlanta Reign recognizing that, sending them onto Ilios, a map where it can be very difficult to play that. On Ilios is the only time we've seen the Hanbin Winston, and it worked, but something they didn't want to lean on in this matchup.
Yeah, so something in Fearless here does make a lot of sense in that regard. Playing that Winston, but there you go, Hawk already locking in the Doom. Another player we've spoken about a little bit, and when we can play Widowmakers, is Kai. Jumping on the Soldier. So Widowmaker is still looking very good, but it is leveled up. It's very quiet to begin with in the tournament, but now really getting the speed up. And Widowmaker, I feel like, is a streaky hero in a way, where sometimes you have unreal days, and then some days you're looking a little flat.
And that's it. Kai is always a win condition for this Atlanta Reign team because of his dominance, but the teams walk out the spawn doors. And Hawk is on the Doomfist. Expect him to try and control this top left position, but the Dallas Fuel are going to commit for this. It's going to be waiting for Hawk to find that window to go in with the Seismic Slam, and they've taken that control. You can see Edison dipping out, going towards this cage area.
Yeah, looks like Dallas Fuel want to back up. They don't want to contest on the high right now. No Gurio in the roster. Of course, we normally see Gurio coming with Fearless. Oh, okay, Kai had the high ground too. Edison from across the way managed to pick him up with the Helix rockets. Okay, good start for the Fuel. They push on to point. Looks like the Reign want to reset real fast. Don't want to waste any time.
We haven't seen that much Soldier from Edison so far in the Kickoff Clash. It's usually been Sparkle or Doha going to that, so a great start for him. They need him to step up. I'm looking in this matchup at Sparkle versus Venom. Venom has been very good. He's had some great moments, but Sparkle, he's just been leveling up every time I see him play Tracer, and he had a phenomenal performance yesterday. And Kai almost loses out in the Soldier duel again.
Edison gets anti from across the map, and Hawk so to finish up the kill with the Seismic Slam. Fuel did cap, so they got 25%. They just need to stall. Not the worst, okay. Just an extra stall. Okay. That's all they needed. Those nades from Ultraviolet across this whole tournament and across his whole career right now within the Overwatch League, it's just been phenomenal. Him and OG have just been such a backbone for the team. It's been such a breath of fresh air almost for the Reign, having just such a strong Honor player on the field, and you need that right now in this meta.
We expected the Atlanta Reign backline to be good. I don't think many people expect him to be this good. Going toe-to-toe with the best we have in the league. He's going to need to step up if he's going to match Fielder in this one. The pulse bomb by Venom goes wide, though.
Yeah, complete right. And actually, oh, look at that. Nice engagement. Nano Fearless in the backline. Kai and Hawk do find 2 kills of their own. Can the Atlanta Reign come back? All you need to do right now, if your Kai is just survive, wait for the rest of your team to find some space. Sparkle throwing out a pulse bomb at the very end of a fight, Scott. We've seen that a lot from Sparkle, in fact.
Fearless is committing with the Primal to try and keep that percentage. Wow. Because they can flip the point, it is going up for the Dallas Fuel. If they can slowly control this, this is good for them.
Yeah, Fielder comes back on the Moira, so a lot of instant healing for Fearless. That Orb doing so well. Healing Fearless up straight to 550 HP once again. OG popping the sound barrier. Atlanta Reign really want to try and take this point, but Dallas Fuel refusing to let them have it. A beat engaged for the Fuel. Chio pushing them forward. Kai takes one with him, but with Hawk down, there's a whole lot less space for the Reign to work with. Visor onto the point, but with no Nano behind you and Sparkle just on your tail, it's tough to really do much if you're Kai. Sparkle's still alive. Hawk eventually takes care of him, but the Fuel held on to that point the whole time.
And that's so important. The percentage is still going up and up. Even if Dallas Fuel use all these ultimates and lose the fight, it's still worth it.
Pulse Bomb for Venom. He's trying to force out that fade from Edison. He does do it, but Pulse Bomb once again goes wide from the Tracer. Fearless and Fielder are dead okay. Atlanta Reign now getting control once more, but Dallas Fuel with that unbelievable stall will get up to 95%, even more, in fact.
Dallas Fuel only need one more team fight now that it's at 98%. And we've seen the switch over from them. Fielder onto that Moira, Edison onto that Reaper. They're going to want to play fast against this Atlanta Reign composition. Maybe not happy with how well Edison and Fielder were able to live against the Hawk Doomfist, so now they can just up that tempo. They're getting close to the Coalescence. They're looking to get that as their engaged tool.
Huge nade. Fearless, Fielder, Edison, all are pretty low and nanoing onto Hawk to try and finish these kills. Fearless facing away so he can't get headshot, and somehow he's still alive. A triple seismic slam. He eventually finishes off the Winston, and Venom chases down Sparkle. Sparkle's been quite a nuisance in the backline, trying to harass Kai as much as possible, so he's not granted space. The Reign do win this fight, but Dallas Fuel, a couple of tools in their back pocket. Sparkle didn't use that pulse swamp very late, like he's normally done over the last couple of days.
Holds on to that one, and it might be very important. If he can get one of the backliners, it'll open everything up. We're going into final fight territory. Dallas Fuel, what have they got?
Well, they got Pulse, they have Coalescence, they got that beat coming out, they got a whole field of ultimates. All Pulse bomb onto Fielder, goes wide. Venom once again missing that stick. Sparkle does not though. A nice punch from Hawk sends Fielder into the drink, and the Atlanta Reign still controlling the point, but Sparkle chasing down Ultraviolet. This dive from the Fuel is just so good. The beat is going to land on Kai, make sure he's survivable in this visor, but the lack of damage and Sparkle just chasing him down. Kai has not been able to get much of anything done. Eventually the Fuel are going to have to cap. Edison with the Death Blossom could open this all up. There you go. Hawk falls in the pit though. Somehow, not sure how that happened. Maybe a small boop. The Atlanta Reign lose their tank again for early on in the fight. Ultraviolet though ending Edison's life with a nade. When the Reign just holding on, they just have to deal with Fielder.
Dallas Fuel have the point. Fielder's just trying to stay alive, needs to stay alive so they can control this point. Sparkle's getting down to 1 health. Kai's hunting him down.
Another nade will signal another kill for Ultraviolet. He's so close to that nano. The Dallas Fuel need to come out with something big. Venom throws out the pulse on, goes wide once more, but dissuades the Dallas Fuel from touching the point. Ultraviolet with the nano, with a good sleep on Shio, ends his life. Hawk with the nano boost. The Atlanta Reign might just take this round here and now. They just have to get rid of Edison. They should be good. There it is. They find the last final few kills. Sparkle recalling on the point, ain't gonna work out though. And the Reign, they fight in round 1.
Hawk has been so good on that Doomfist all season. They got exposed for it around the middle of the Kickoff Clash and they sort of moved away from it, but they always had that pick in their pocket, and Hawk making it work in this one. We talked about the Winston versus Doomfist head-to-head heading into this map, and it feels like Fearless is struggling to stay alive so far.
Reset, go again. Atlanta Reign are a round up. A lot of confidence, I can imagine, being injected into their veins.
Interesting switch up from the Atlanta Reign. They're now going to go over to that Moira Reaper, understanding that if they can punish Fearless when he goes in and just have that aggressive style. But we've seen many teams do this. It's hard to dislodge this Ana and Soldier from the Dallas Fuel from the high ground.
Just taking out Fielder is the aim of the game, but yeah, with the biograde, the sleep, when you get on the high ground, it's so easy to throw that nade at your feet. Sleep whoever's on there. Point unlocks in a couple of seconds. Look like the Reign, they don't want to mess with Fielder right now. Oh, nice anti. Hawk's fine, he's got the power block. Reduce the oncoming damage, but Sparkle in the 1v1 takes care of Venom. And Edison just hits him with a whole ton of bullets. There's nothing Hawk can do. He had no power block left because he used it after the anti-nade. Kai at least doing a little bit of work on the point, but Chio and Edison, they're going to clean on up. The Dallas Fuel, they're going to take the point first once again.
We saw the Houston Outlaws have this exact same problem when you play this composition. You can get onto the point, you can get that first flip, but if you don't deal with the Ana and the Soldier, they just pump out so much damage, so much utility. It's going to be hard for the Atlanta Reign to get any purchase. They need to find a way to get that engagement tool onto the high ground. There he goes.
Oh, there's the slam. And a teleport too from Kai. They really want Fielder dead right now. Hawk has been antied, and that bubble from Fearless doing a whole lot of work. They could just bubble dance the whole entire time. The Reign decide against their attack on the high ground, now trying to put themselves on the point. Sparkle with a nice pulse bomb onto Hawk, sends him low. And with Ultraviolet using that fade, he gets booped off the map. And now Hawk getting chased down. The Atlanta Reign running for their life. They're not going to be able to escape for too long, though, as the Dallas Fuel are going to give chase. 35% for the Fuel. They got Nano, Primal Rage, and the visor coming up.
You saw Reign try and get away with it, try and get onto that high ground, but just not enough. The Dallas Fuel recognizing to play that defensive style. Fielder now has that nano boost. I would expect it to go potentially onto Edison for the visor or Fearless for the engage. That'll make it so hard for the Rain to step forward, even harder than it's already been.
Venom pulse bomb. Oh, nano, visor, high ground. Edison gets pushed off. Is he going to be able to find any targets? He finds one in Hawk. He's built up that power block punch, but it don't matter. That visor just rips him asunder. The Atlanta Reign, they're going to have to do something now and fast. Reset or go again. They've got a lot of support ultimates. If they commit here, they have to win this fight. The Dallas Fuel pushing them all the way back, though, in 75% of building. This could be last fight.
Rain want to go early. They have this positioning. They're going to pop the Coalescence, try and get them onto the high ground. You can see Hawk maneuvering around the background. They've got Edison.
Coalescence, the beat's going to come through to stop Kai getting any damage done. Another perfect bubble from Fearless as well, stopping any of it going through. Hawk finds his second kill of the fight. All that meanwhile, Venom was actually pressuring the payload, so it forced Fuel to move. Hawk coming up big with these kills. The Atlanta Reign assuming control on the point. There's 4 kills for Hawk, in fact.
Great team fight from Rain there. Only having to use the Coalescence and the Death Blossom, and you saw that routing around by them. That's what they need to do. Now they're on the defensive end. They have the positioning and they can choose the tempo of when they want to go in, and that's so important for this Reaper composition. Expect them to see Fielder, and as soon as Fielder picks his head out, Hawk's going to be hunting him down.
2 pulse bombs on each side. Sparkle in the 1v1 versus Venom.
Great play by Sparkle, forcing them back to the point, make them have to deal with him, slows down that thing, but he cannot get caught by Venom.
No, he's good. He's got the health pack, no worries. Oh, Chio and Fielder go pretty low. That's a massive seismic slam from Hawk. Dallas Fuel can go again, but the best thing about that fight for Rain, Scott, they only needed that single ult, that Hawk Meteor Strike. They have that beat for next, and they have the pulse bomb to try and get a pick onto Fielder.
OG's been holding onto this sound barrier, and that's so important. Recognizing when he needs to pop it, and the thing he's been so good at this season, he's such a smart player, waiting for this engagement. I wouldn't be surprised if they use it aggressively in this moment.
Big wrap around. Venom hunting, waiting, seeing where Fielder is. Spots the barrel of his gun, but also spots Edison. Can't really go for the 1v1, so turns his attention towards Fearless, who's had to back off. He's taken so much damage. LOSing his healers around that pillar.
There's the beat.
Venom with the beat, rushing forwards, healing station down. The pulse bomb will kill you in it, but look at this. A nano one to Fearless does stop this mad aggression from the Atlanta Reign. Hawk going down is a bad sign for Atlanta. They found Fearless in this small room, but not exactly where you want to be. That Coalescence not doing too much now as your DPS are just falling ever so low. A nice visor from Edison on the point. The Atlanta Reign on 90%, but the Fuel are steamrolling. A 5-kill streak for Edison. And with a beat in hand, they don't even need to use it. That's going to be a round for the Fuel. They tie up Ilios. And we go to round 3. Man, the crowd is mad. My God.
The crowd is loud. Fearless proving why he's been one of the best Winstons we've ever had in this league, pushing everyone into the open, and Edison shooting him out of the air with that tactical visor. Now we go over to Ruins. This is a map that no one has ever been able to make Winston work. We're going to see Fearless step over to the Doomfist, something we haven't seen that much of so far from him this season, and both teams are going to the Moira Reaper. Mirror comps. That's what you want to see. Let the skill do the talking, not the compositions.
Oh. Something we haven't seen a whole bunch of is that Fearless Doom. One more round. Setting the tempo of the game. Remember, we mentioned before, Scott, the tempo for the Dallas Fuel is just increased every single day.
Great punch by Fearless. They get control of the catwalk, forcing Hawk backwards. They have control of the point, and now Atlanta Reign are going to be the ones that have to move over towards this mega health pack, trying to get that value, and Sparkle goes down. Ultraviolet just zip-zapping him down with that right click.
A little bit too aggressive. Yeah, the high ground take is really nice, but not if you force yourself then onto point. Sparkle getting picked off that early. That's not what you want.
I wonder if he got a little caught off guard by the entire team rotating over there. You saw Sparkle routing that way. Needs to try and stay alive. Now we go into the second fight. Once again, no ultimates for both of these teams, but Atlanta Reign has control, so Dallas Fuel are the ones who are going to have to do something.
No ults coming up. Venom closest with his pulse bomb. 20% away, 15 now. The Atlanta Reign just trying to bully Fearless on the point.
So low.
Just went too low, way too quickly. Power block. You're so slow when you're in that, so you're so easy to take out. Oh, that was close. Fielder though, yeah. Getting off the map. Assisted on jumping off the map there. OG claims a little bit of that. Turns it into ult charge. Yeah, it's Rain. Still on a tear. Looking for Sparkle now, who's behind them.
We talked about the fearless Doomfist heading into this round. He is just getting absolutely outpaced by Hawk, doubling his ultimate charge right now. Fearless needs to show us some confidence on this hero, otherwise the round is slipping away from them.
Beat for OG online. Chio a little bit behind. They know they can rely on it if they get into a pickle. Spark with the pulse bomb. There you go. This is the tempo that you want to set if you're at the Atlanta Reign. Throw Dallas Fuel off kilter. Sparkle's still trying to hunt for somebody. No recall available. Healed up by the Coalescence. Oh, Meteor Strike. What a perfect stick. Hawk going super low. Healed up rather quickly though. Coalescence now for Ultraviolet. Going to keep the team rather healthy. Death Blossom straight in front of Sparkle's face. He dodges out of it, but wasn't quite so lucky to dodge out of that Coalescence. The Atlanta Reign now with 75% online. The Dallas Fuel need to find something. They burnt both support ults super early there, Scott.
Edison's not even at his Death Blossom as well. The Atlanta Reign have just been in complete control so far in this round, getting everything up first. The Fuel just not able to sustain with those two defensive ultimates. Venom looking for the pulse bomb onto Chio, thinks better of it, but that could be the nail in the coffin for this round for the Dallas Fuel.
Sparkle and Venish having a little 1v1. You got to be careful. If you get stuck there, it'll be made to a highlight reel. Oh, good punch to get Hawk out of the power block there. So when it can finish the job. Oh, pulse bomb from Venom's good though. They lose both Doomfist. They disappear it, but so is Kai. Just keep them alive and you should be good. Edison doing so much work on the Reaper. As soon as you blow a lot of those defensive cooldowns, Death Blossom does so much, especially if Lucio's not nearby. Hard to get away from. Edison now in trouble. Atlanta Reign still on the point, ready and raring to go. A pulse bomb from Sparkle ends OG's life, and the Atlanta Reign are falling by the wayside. Stalling out for a little bit of extra time here, but they are on 99 as the Dallas Fuel find the flip.
Sparkle with another big pulse bomb, but the Atlanta Reign, Venom has something to say about it. They need to keep Ultraviolet alive. He's going to commit the Coalescence. He's so low though.
Venom is just tearing the Dallas Fuel apart right now. The Atlanta Reign managed to flip the point. Overtime's ticking in. Sparkle hitting the recall to try and a little bit extra OT. He ends up getting taken out, and now it's up to Fielder. He's 1% away from that Coalescence. Use that jump or the Moira to get on the point, but instantly punched away by Hawk. Edison falls. Overtime is here. The pulse bomb laid out on the floor, and the Atlanta Reign looking like they're going to take this first map in the series. The Dallas Fuel will need to find that tempo. The Reign with 2 rounds over the Fuel, and they take map 1.
Crowd gets silent. Brilliant pick by the Atlanta Reign, recognizing the advantages that they have in this matchup against the Dallas Fuel. Atlanta has been a team that has been liking this Hawk on the off tank, being able to play that Doom style, and they feel more comfortable on it. Fearless just not able to have the same level of impact on the Doomfist as Hawk did.
Like you said, it was a skill matchup, right? Equal compositions on either side. Maybe Fearless wasn't the key with the Doomfist. Dallas Fuel are down but not out. Atlanta Reign up a map. We're going to jump to a break. It's Fuel's chance to turn. Chance to pick up next. Maybe they turn it around. We'll see.
They could do both.
shots, dead in the ground. We ain't the same, pull up. 3 rounds, bro, you done. We let it rain, head pop. So look out when we in the zone. Don't play around. I got a strap, put to your back. Tell you now, we laying it down. Yeah, bands up, trapped out. I bring the dogs, gang out. Look, don't wanna fade and drop out. Got no clout. Think smart, this crucial. We ain't no average usual. Nah, we let it rain. Ain't seen a savage. Who you?
Welcome back. Map 2, Dallas Fuel versus the Atlanta Reign. Winner goes on to the grand finals to face the Gladiators. Both teams want revenge against the lads in purple. Now we go to King's Row as our next map. That was Fuel's choice.
And that is going to be an important thing for this entire series. The loser will pick the map, and with the very different styles that these teams like to play, they want to head to their comfort. And someone who is always comfortable is Hanbin on this stage, on that Xayah, and that is what I expect to see on this map. King's Row has been a map that the Dallas Fuel have been very good at, but the Atlanta Reign as well. Hawk on that Xayah has proven to be very good, and when you see that, Nero's coming in to play the Reaper.
Oh yeah, Kai, Nero, Hawk, Ultraviolet OG. There you go, a couple of subs here and there. Now, let's look at back at map number 1 real quick. Saw Fearless coming in, main tank, play the Doomfist against Hawk. Did not look good.
We've been talking about throughout the Kickoff Clash, Dallas Fuel, great dive team in the past with Fearless. And Fearless is a phenomenal player. They just haven't been able to make it work so far this year. So that's something they're going to want to avoid. Where they have looked the strongest, how they decimated the San Francisco Shock yesterday is on the back of that phenomenal Hanbin Xayah play. I want to see him get on that. I want to see them lean into that, because that is their ultimate strength, and that's how they're going to win the Kickoff Clash.
Crowd's ready. I'm ready. Yeah, the Dallas Fuel need to keep up that same tempo they did before. Now Edison, Sparkle, and it's funny, we talked a long time ago about Sparkle's Tracer. You know, I'm not going to bring up your comment, but I don't think a lot of people had faith in Sparkle's Tracer at the very beginning of the season. It felt like in Overwatch 2, you very much needed that Tracer player, a very sustainable and like almost solo-oriented hero that you could do basically anything on. You're just kind of self-sustaining, pick up health packs here and there. And people were worried, obviously including yourself, that Dallas didn't have that Tracer specialist. Now they got 2 of them.
When Sparkle came into the league, everyone knew him for his Genji. We know he's a phenomenal Genji player. But the thing that's impressed me over the years is his ability to play so many other heroes, Tracer included. But we're going to see him on the Soldier today, another hero that he is very good at. He's a smart player, understands his rotations, understands what he can get away with, and he's going to need to step it up. Kai starting on the Widow, unlikely to walk out of spawn, just giving a look. We are going to see the mirror compositions from these teams again on the Xayah. This is Dallas Fuel's comfort. Can the Atlanta Reign match them on it?
That was a very cheeky hiding spot by Edison there, just hanging in that mini health pack. Yeah, so again, complete skill matchup, but like you said, the originators of the comp, the Zarya comp, is the time you want to come alive. Just get Hanbin in the back, Edison in the back, just make sure he's pocketed. Hanbin's Zarya is just absolutely phenomenal, but Gio on the side actually just gets dominated by Kai. Those Helix Rockets doing a whole bunch of damage. Sparkle putting down that healing station fairly early. He's going to have to back off and Field of Falling. Hanbin going down right beside him. Without that speed boost, it's so tough, and the Reign just outspeed you completely. And OG can just push that Zarya to the backline and punish Fielder.
There was an interesting cascading effect there. Ultraviolet hits a biotic nade onto the Edison Reaper. Hanbin has to use the bubble early. They lost so much positioning because of that, and for that reason, Kai gets onto the high ground, gets the pick onto Chio. Atlanta Reign have the door open, and they kick it down. So now they get the first point for almost free, it feels like, and the Dallas Fuel have to set up on the second point.
Not exactly the same this choke point when you're holding a Ryan with a Ryan composition versus a Zarya. It's like dipping in and out. You can still contest, of course, if you're on the defense, but it's a very different feel. Nano boost, in fact, Nano visor for the Fuel available. They got so much healing so early on. There's the visor. Nano onto Hanbin, double threat. Well, they're trying to leave a huge sleep from Ultraviolet. Luckily, though, Hanbin, 100 energy, just beaming people out of the sky. You know how it be, you know how it do. Harbin with a 4K, almost a 5. Yeah, I'll make that a 5K, why not?
Harbin is the best Sire in the world right now, no doubt, and he's making it shown right now. Interesting play by the Dallas Fuel. Sparkle pops the visor. Most teams would have put the Nano on top of him as well. But what they do is they make it a double threat. They put the Nano into Harbin. Sparkle gets slept, and then Harbin just runs it down the Atlanta Rain. Enormous biotic nade onto Atlanta Rain.
They can't follow that up, right? No, there's no way. You don't want to run into that corridor. There's so much spam. Plus, look at the Rain's ultimates right now. Scott, smorgasbord. There's the ultimate from the back. Well, trying to use the visor. Nice beat. Instantly running him down. Look at that. Response from Harbin. Grabs the front line. But now, in turn, he has grabbed a fantastic response again from the Atlanta Rain. Edison in the back. But no, again, Ultraviolet. Just denying so much with these sleep darts. God, the Anas are just cracked.
Ultraviolet is incredible, but Fielder's trying to make it back, but he can't. Ultraviolet, the rookie on the Ana, is just absolutely incredible. Those are two very impactful sleeps back-to-back in rounds, helping the Atlanta Rain push through this Streets phase. And the Dallas Fuel coming up to another Nano visor, and OG used his sound barrier in that, so they do not have the answer to it.
Dallas Fuel to get their chance to defend. Okay, so Nano visor available, or like you mentioned before, do they go with that double threat? Ultraviolet's in such a strong, powerful position. Straight to the back. What? How'd you get those Cheerios that far and fast? What an unreal pick from that distance away. The Atlanta Rain have to back off now. They can't do this without that Nano.
Lucio with the sniper roll, apparently just throwing them from across the map. Ultraviolet not respecting it. How good has Chio been in these playoffs with those environmental kills, staying alive and just getting impactful picks? Absolutely incredible to see from another rookie. And the big thing for that, Dallas Fuel did not have to commit either of those ultimates to win that fight. So now we've got 3 minutes left for the Atlanta Rain, and it's ticking down.
Okay, the Fuel know exactly where the Rain want to try and make their attack. Zarya, Nanos, both of them in fact. Hawk struggling to get out of this room, finally just booping Harbin down with a left click, or a right click even. Didn't get too much done with the Nano, neither did Harbin to be fair, but it's all about who gets these Graviton Surge online first. Sparkle with the visor. Chio chasing down Nero, and how does this keep happening? The Fuel. The backline right now is just dominating. Chio and Sparkle just tag teaming straight back. You just, what, speed boost the visor, and Chio also just pumping out just a world load of damage. Even getting those stagger kills at the very end, it delays the Atlanta Rain's assault.
The backline of the Dallas Fuel is doing a great job of mitigating any type of flank that the Rain are trying to pull off. Kai and Nero just struggling to get in there, and Harbin and Edison, you saw in this upper doorway, they're just closing it, not allowing the Atlanta Rain to just stream out of there and get the advantage. But both Graviton Surges on it, both sound barriers coming up.
Dallas Fuel have to wait. They need that sound barrier. The Atlanta Rain go now, they could be in trouble.
Well,
Kai's getting checked on the sidelines now. Harbin throwing the grab on the stairs. He finds two. Nice beat in response. Two universes created right on top of each other, and Edison coming up big once again. The late sound barrier from the Fuel is going to push them on. Ultraviolet getting the nice sleep onto Harbin. Not sure it's going to mean a whole bunch as he wakes straight up. Has a couple of bubbles to use. Applies one to Edison. They're playing a bit of rough and tumble in the pub, it looks like. Both supports dead. The Atlanta Rain with 1 minute to go. They're getting stopped before that second point. That cart's been rolling back, Scott, that entire time.
That's great, Rick. Harbin realizes that he might be in trouble there, getting caught on the stairs, throws the Graviton Surge early, and Hawk is just so isolated. The beat goes down from OG, but it's just not enough. And they committed their ultimates to that now. Nano Visor for the Atlanta Rain. And you can see Edison hunting in the backline. How many times has he got the Death Blossom?
Both DPSs are in the back right now. He's got the Death Blossom online. Boom, straight in. OG boomed that Death Blossom straight towards Kai. 4K for Eddie. Almost a fifth. The Atlanta Rain with 20 seconds to go. Can they get back in time?
You can see the Dallas Fuel, they want to hold aggressively, make the Atlanta Rain have to use abilities, use ultimates to get forward. Edison's going to be holding in this high ground. Is he going to find Kai in the high ground?
Oh,
there he is.
Does!
Gets him.
1 DPS dead for the Atlanta Rain. Nero's Death Blossom gets slept. Are you serious? There's no way. Edison and Kai are in Edison and Sparkle are in a little bit of trouble. Sparkle goes bright purple and goes down, but Harbin's there. to the rescue, as always. 10% away from that grab, overtime ticket through. He's got the grab, can do it whenever he so chooses. He catches Kai, slipping in the back. Those bubbles on Edison, keeping him permanently alive. Hawk changing to the Doom to try and get back to the payload in time. But it don't matter when Edison is AFK turret mode on the cart, gunning down the rain. The Dallas Fuel stopping them just before that second point. This is the tempo we wanted to see.
The Dallas Fuel's brains are just too wrinkly. Too wrinkly. Their understanding individually of how they have to play this composition is just superior to everyone. Atlanta Reign are no slouches at this composition, but they are just getting outpaced by the Dallas Fuel right now. Incredible, incredible play from the Dallas Fuel. Now the Atlanta Reign though, we've seen crazier holds happen. They've been good so far. They need to find some magic and stop the Dallas Fuel train.
This positioning from Fielder,
oh my,
just godlike. That was the only tool that the Atlanta Reign had to try and get that payload under their control.
Dallas Fuel, say it ain't so. The Gladiators exposed the Xayah composition of the Dallas Fuel playing the rush. Are Dallas Fuel just messing with me? Yeah, they're messing with me. I could have seen it coming. We're gonna end up in the mirror matchup again. Let's see if Atlanta Reign can put up a heroic hold.
Dallas Fuel's ultimate economy has just been so good on this Zarya comp. Kind of scary when you go up against it. I mean, you know they got ults. Just which combination do they have? Sparkle quickly making his way to the high ground. Nero trying to fend off against Harbin right now. Teleport in from Edison, super aggressive. Look at this. The amount of time he's just staying on the front line is insane. He's getting so much damage in.
This first point is a tug of war about getting that positioning. Nero's trying to take it back on the high ground with the bubble from Hawk.
Nicely.
Hawk gets slept here. He might get isolated.
He's getting pushed down.
Oh, he's
Edison trying his hardest to get that kill. Doesn't quite get it though. Hawk stayed alive using those bubbles. Now Edison on the high ground just trying to get Kai out of that fortified position. Kai's now backing off. It's a 4v5 near the point. Wraithform already burned by Nero, and Edison just doing an absolute unreal amount of damage. Nice healing and nano boost from Hawk though, but is it enough? Both Reapers end up falling. Hawk at 100 energy, but Harbin looking the same right now. A late nano boost from the Dallas Fuel. Hawk in a lot of trouble trying to make ends meet on this point. He's trying to get stuff done. Kai comes back, however, on the high ground, kills Chio and Sparkle, but Harbin's still alive.
He throws
a Graviton Surge used all at the very last moment. Responded to, or in fact, no, the B was used before the grab even came out.
A mistake by Hanbin, one you don't see very much. Believes it's winnable, but just starts slipping away. They just couldn't dislodge Kai from that high ground, and he's just pumping out damage. So that's 2 minutes off the clock for the Dallas Fuel, and we said Atlanta Reign need a heroic hold. It's already started. Sparkle has this visor. He needs to try and get this positioning, and Edison with that Death Blossom has come up clutch so many times in the Kickoff Clash.
Wow, it was 0.2% before it got taken. Sparkle in the 1v1. Oh, we can't really handle the lifesteal from Nero. Oh, Edison. How'd he end up there? Jumped down? Or was it a little pixel ledge or something? 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. They need one tick on the first point.
And the Reign are just accruing ultimates. They're almost back to that nano boost. Nero's coming up to that Death Blossom. Fuel, they need to come up with something special because they're running out of answers right now. Edison's going up to this window, trying to get that positioning. Doesn't want Kai to hold off on that high ground, but Nero's doing the same.
Yeah, Nero's behind. There you go. That's the ghost signal. Oh, although Sparkle on the side using that tactical visor, just trying to check Nero. Nano visor for Kai, but he's getting absolutely no value. The Atlanta Reign, they're going to lose this first point. At least Ultraviolet trades, but it's not going to be enough. That's Fuel. They're getting the payload going. And they only needed to get it just before second, and they'll take this map.
We said they needed to make something special happen. Great play from the Dallas Fuel, recognizing Hawk go aggressive, Chio with a timely sound barrier to keep them alive. And most importantly, they kept the Death Blossom, same with Nero. How are both of these teams going to use it? Edison's been incredible, but Nero is no slouch on that Reaper as well. Is Kai going to get caught by Edison again on this high ground? He's done it time and time again. Oh, take that wall, take the sleep.
Take the sleep, it's okay. Nice grab, nice nade, straight on top. Edison more than happy to just stand in the back line. Okay, Ultraviolet needs to die, and he needs to die now. The Rain, they got a chance to come back. But what a good grab by Harbin there. The nade on top too. Forces so many cooldowns. You have to use the bubble, you have to use that Wraith to stop that anti-nade being your demise.
Rain maybe getting caught off a little guard. Edison on the high ground. Waiting, watching, waiting from the go call from everyone else. Do the Rain know he's up here? Yes, he's shown himself.
Oh, Nero. Very aggressive position against Edison. Edison's bubble disappeared, but look at this. Death Blossom straight on top. Double kill for Eddie. Straight to the back, and now look at this. The Nano, can you survive this damage? I don't think you can. Harbin does end up falling, but look how close they are to the point. A beat in desperation for the Rain. They need to get on, and they need to keep touching before the Dallas Fuel end up winning here. Sparkle on the sidelines, one by one, the Rain fall. And the Dallas Fuel will claim King's Row.
So now you can see how this series is going to play out. Dallas Fuel showing they are superior at this composition. The Rain just not able to keep pace. The playbook of the Dallas Fuel just too thick. Edison coming up clutch once again. So now the question becomes, where does the Atlanta Rain want to take the Dallas Fuel on map 3? Watchpoint Gibraltar, Dorado, great dive maps that the Rain have shown to be good at. Or are they going to take him to Circle Royale, a map that Dallas Fuel has been good at? But Atlanta Rain, they have Hawk who can also play that Sigma.
We'll have to wait and see. It is Rain's map choice. It's 1-1 in the series so far. We'll see you after this break. God, this is going to be clutch. There's been some incredible Reaper plays in this tournament already this weekend. We just saw some. We just saw Dallas Fuel pop off and Edison just destroying people with Reaper. And what better way to commemorate that play or those plays than picking up yourself the Luchador Reaper skin. It's on sale now through June 25th for just 200 League tokens.
I've heard that if you put on this skin, you play Reaper just as good as Edison. So you want to make sure to get that one. He's been absolutely exceptional so far in this match on that Reaper. But we're going to a different map, over to Circuit Royale. And this is a map that Atlanta Rain has been very comfortable on. But Dallas Fuel, they actually won it yesterday on the back of some incredible Hanbin Sigma play, and just honestly the entire team. But the matchup that I'm looking for in this map has to be Kai versus Gurio. Gurio coming in here, a rookie who has had some mixed performances on the Widowmaker, has been performing better as of late. But Kai has been on a different level so far in the playoffs.
He really has. His Widow's just been extraordinary. I mean, this is the map you want to go if you're the Atlanta Rain. Just put Kai on his comfort pick. I don't think he wants to be on the Soldier forever. I think he just wants to click heads on the Widow. So putting him on that would be to his benefit, I think.
Absolutely. I'm a little surprised that Atlanta Rain decided to go here, but maybe just comfort for them on this one. This is a very different map. It plays very differently to any other map that we have in the pool so far. I would expect to see both teams come out on that Sigma. And we've seen a lot of teams try and innovate with certain things. People have tried to play double flex support with the Baptiste Zen, if you have the flexibility of that. And then Widowmakers have been map defining.
Yeah, Circuit Royale has been such an interesting map, I think, over the course of it being introduced into the game. There's just so many different things you can kind of start to play. A lot of teams opting for this Sigma, but we're seeing some Reinhardt also being used here and there.
No.
And that's exactly what the Atlanta Rain are using. No Sigma. They want to go for this brawl. And with the Sim, that's, I mean, there's a lot of shield there.
Surprising to me seeing them play Hawk on the Reinhardt. We've seen teams do this. You hold very closely on the corner with the Symmetra Teleporter. Don't give any space. These guys, nowhere near as impressive as some of the piano play we saw yesterday.
Yeah,
if anything, cool. Just mashing their head across the piano like I do when I play it.
Oh, okay, look at this. Hiding out in the corner. No Sonic Arrow, by the way, from Fuel, so they might not know they are here.
Not seeing anything yet, though, is probably indication that something strange is coming.
They know, yeah. See those little turrets, they see or hear them come out, you're like, okay, they're hiding in the little room, come on now.
Chio switching over to the Ana is an interesting pick. maybe wanting that biotic nade to potentially shut down the rush of the dive. Hanbin over to the Doomfist, Guri onto the Soldier, Sparkle on the Genji.
Chio on this high ground, just wants to open up with a big nade. Oh, Sparkle just gets run down. Exactly what this comp wants to do, which is just a run at the front line and hopefully kill people.
Oh, great wall.
Nice.
TP as well.
Oh, no, fielder's good. Still moving the payload, though, is Hanbin. Force the ice blocker. Wait, how does OG die like that? Nice sleep onto Ultraviolet. Can they punish? Yes, they can. Fielder and Hanbin are dismantling the Rain. The Rain just wandering to hunkering down in these small little corridors, these small little buildings, and they're unable to do so. A fantastic sleep from Chio, stopping Ultraviolet, healing the rest of the team.
The rush not working for the Rain.
Insta-switch.
And there's getting a mass switch. Every single player on the Rain has switch here as they have 0% ult charge. They might have the better composition than the Dallas Fuel right now, but the checkpoint is coming up.
Well, they still need to be able to touch. Hawk can juggle the payload fairly easily on the Sigma. Powered up punch for Hanbin. If he wants to. If you get a big stun on this wall, there it is. Any damage? No. Brigitte at Hawk's back, saving it a bit. Another power up punch will take those any day of the week.
Again,
OG falling. You can't let this happen if you're the Rain right now. You can't let OG continue to go down first. Kai takes down Chio, but it doesn't matter. The Fuel are going to get point A. They get the forward spawn.
This is worst case scenario if you're the Atlanta Rain. You haven't just lost that. They're switching again. We're seeing another round of switches come in from the Atlanta Rain, unsure of how they want to deal with this composition from the Dallas Fuel. And now they're having to go up against a 4 ultimate Dallas Fuel as the checkpoint is halfway through the second point already with 4 minutes still remaining.
Nano boost available from Chio. They can just go in with the Nano Blade. They know Atlanta Rain won't have much, if anything at all. Meteor Strike, defensive one from Hanbin. I mean, Chio's just wanted to heal. Oh, Nano Blade. Okay, send it in. Nero's already killed 2 in the back line, though. Sparkle needs to find a little bit something more. Him and Hanbin dive to the back line, and 3 kills for the duo. Chio finds Nero, takes care of him. OG takes Sparkle out of the picture, but still. The Dallas Fuel still pushing the payload, and that's what's important. The Rain are going to take so long to get back with 3 people on it. They might be good.
That's an important kill by OG at the end. Sparkle's not going to be here, so the Dallas Fuel are going to have to disengage. They still have the Transcendence. Kai with the visor. And this is where it gets harder if you're the attacking team. They have the defensive positioning. It's very hard to engage onto this, especially with Kai shooting them down from range.
Ooh, Hanbin going low. Yeah, you have to back off if you get an angle like that. There's no way you stay in the engagement. However, I say that, they're going to use the tactical visor to create a little bit of space. Kai's got one of his own, a Nano Boost available to him too, but then choosing not to pop it. In fact, they're going to use it on Hawk instead. Transcendence from Fielder to heal them up throughout the entire fight. And with Hawk still being nanoed, it's a lot of damage resistance and damage, but he's not getting too much done. Meteor Strike is earned as Nero, once again on the... just a plain Genji, no blade required. Still doing a fair bit of work. But Chio's got something to say about it. A bloodthirsty support in the back line. Nero finds 3 for this fight and a missed sleep dart and a nice kill. It'll be in there from Nero, you like it.
Nero has been looking very good on this Genji, putting a halt to this Dallas Fuel attack. I want to see some switches coming out here. Fielder onto the Lucio? I don't know how I feel about that. Probably not wanting Chio to switch away with the Nano Boost coming up, but this has been a strange one so far on Circuit Royale.
Exceptionally strange. Now Nero has the blade. They've got no nano. Oh, they're just nanoing Hanbin straight in the back. This tempo, what we saw from the Fuel the other day, is being replicated here. Oh, a punch over the head of Ultraviolet. If that landed, it could have been devastating. Nice boop away, but Chio was already dead to that blade. Oh, Sparkle's just going back in. That's not where you want to be. A Meteor Strike from Hanbin just results in his death. Nice, Nero is cleaning up on this Genji.
Absolutely great play by Nero right now. And we're starting to see the Dallas Fuel switch to what they want to do. Nero. Crowd doesn't like that one. It's fair to say. We're finally seeing the Fuel switch over to the composition that they want to play. Hanbin back onto that Zarya. Guri on the Reaper, something we haven't seen very much, but the composition that they're comfortable with.
This is tried and true, really, isn't it? Tried, true, and tested. Hanbin, with no power block on Hawk, he can just run on forwards. and Nero has to be a little bit more careful too. Nano boost in the back pocket for the Reign. Sparkle sends out the pulse, and a Harbin kill on to OG. And now Hawk trying to create more space with this Nano, does take care of Harbin, and with the spawns being very close to the Atlanta Reign, that could be good, but Sparkle on the sidelines, just chipping away at the health bars of the Atlanta Reign. There is the Meteor Strike straight on the payload. Power block is up, but 4 members of the Fuel looking straight at him. The point's unlocked, 2 minutes to go. Dallas Fuel are making their final approach.
When all else fails, put Harbin on Xayah. Strange amount of switching coming in. We're going to have to see the Atlanta Reign, how they're going to adjust against this switch by the Dallas Fuel. We have Nero going over to the Hanzo, a hero that he is phenomenal at. He has been putting in so much work from time to time. His flexibility coming in clutch already just in this map alone. Fielder has the coalescence. The Atlanta Reign are actually going to give the entire first half of this point to the Dallas Fuel, wanting to prioritize having this high ground positioning on this window so they can just shoot down.
But the more you move around this corner, the less of an effect Nero has. He's going to have to back up rather quickly. They can play under him too, a little bit more dangerous of course, but using Edison actually bubbling him up to the high ground to get him to check Nero is pretty good.
Great rotation by the Fuel. They're in the room. They just want to keep pushing this cart closer and closer to the checkpoint. Force Atlanta Reign to go, but there's Nero on that Hanzo already having impact.
Huge kill. Huge.
Another one.
Wow, Nero is on another level right now. Genji, Hanzo looking good. Sparkle was taken care of, and with a minute to go, it's a very hard point to push onto, Scott. It could be done. That Graviton Surge from Harbin has to be big.
I would like to see the Dallas Fuel. You only have 45 seconds. You only really have one good fight left in you. Clear that high ground from the Reign. Don't allow them to stay down there, stay up there. If you allow Nero to just shoot down on you, he will hit headshots. And you can see them doing that, moving around. Sparkle's going to try and stay on the point to keep the cart moving, keep the Reign honest.
A lot of storm arrows, a lot of damage, yes. Okay, checking Nero to a T. They're actually using the coalescence, Scott, to
a little
clear it completely. Yeah, super early, but look at that. Sparkle gets killed with a pulse bomb. Okay, everything worked out in the end. Oh, but Kai still on the high ground, trying to regain that control. The Dallas Fuel are quite close to the payload as those dragons do try and separate the Fuel, but a return beat is good. They survived the onslaught of damage, and now Spark's trying to clean up.
Kai's visor
is still available for the Reign, and the visor's coming up. They want to pair it, but is it going to be too little, too late? A Graviton Surge on the payload is good. They just need to survive the damage. Kai is dead. Nano out onto Hawk. He's going to be a tough cookie to crack, especially with that Meteor Strike. But Edison, or Gurio even, he looks like Edison doing these performances on the Reaper. He does get cleaned up by Hawk, but Harbin's still alive and well. Spawns are so close to Reign, overtime ticking down, and the Fuel halted just before that third point.
Smart by Ultraviolet to throw the Nano Boost onto Hawk instead of Kai. As much as the Nano Visor would have been valuable, keeping Hawk alive on that point gives him the ability to just stall it out for the spawns of Atlanta Reign to come through. But this is a long push by the Dallas Fuel. You very rarely see teams get it this far. What are we going to see from these two teams now that the sides have switched? Because that was a musical chairs of heroes.
Because especially on the offense, I mean, yeah, you get more chances, right? So they can do those musical chairs.
Couldn't read the sign.
That's all right. Get next one. All right. Okay, the Fuel. Hey, Sparkle, look. Yo.
I think we're going to get some mental warfare here.
Attackers incoming.
Hey, sorry, a mirror. That's exactly what you'd want. But the Dallas Fuel, sneaky, sneaky. They've not gone with Zarya.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, are you allowed to lie in match chat? I don't think that's allowed.
No, I think you are.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, that's not an illegal move.
Are you sure? Okay, Florida Mayhem's not in this match. Okay, we see Harbin coming out on the Sigma. They're going to play this more traditional style on the defense, have that high damage output, make it hard for the Reign to move forward. And this is the matchup that I wanted to see, Kai versus Gurio. Who's going to get the better end of the stick?
Enemy radar contact.
Gurio set up, I can imagine, all the way back on the low ground. Yeah, I could just see his little silhouette. Oh, nice nade to start off. Oh, that was close. You open this fight up with a headshot like that, Sigma has way less outwards pressure. Can't really hold that shield for too long on this corner.
Nero on the Echo, just flexing his muscles right now with OG on the Mercy. They're putting a lot of resources into the high damage output of Echo. What they're going to try and do is force the Dallas Fuel back. Look how much space they've already conceded going back.
Sparkle just trying to maintain this space, but against an Echo, could just lob sticky bombs at you over and over again, and a Widowmaker that can body shot you like this can be pretty tough. Ooh, tell a lie. Curio with a headshot onto Nero as he was up in the sky.
We said he needs to have impact, and he already is. Nero, it's as an Echo, these Widows are so good at picking them out of the air.
Double
He's
sniper.
probably going to need the bubble, never mind. He goes over to the Hanzo, something he got value on their defense.
Hanzo's so tricky on these corners. The shield from the Sigma is just going to be non-existent, but still need to watch out. Rather tough character to headshot, but if anybody could do it, Gurio can. Oh, Sparkle! No recall, maybe? Not sure.
Getting caught in the backline. Oh, good headshot.
Good
goes down as
headshot.
well.
Yeah, and that's a nano on a fully charged Zarya. Harmon without a shield cannot survive the damage. Hall with 3 kills. That was a really nice tempo play there from the Rain. Sparkle just got caught out so early.
I'm interested to see if the Fuel are going to switch in any capacity, because they have no way of dealing with both of these snipers, and if you just leave them unchecked, they're just going to be pumping out so much damage, and they will find picks eventually, like we just saw. Fuel need to get a stop here on this high ground to stop the momentum of the Rain, but they have ults coming up. The Graviton Dragon nearing.
Yeah, Nero's going to charge that one up rather swiftly. Sparkle looking for a pulse bomb on the side. Wants to spot out potentially Kai. Oh, Flux, pulse bomb on the bottom. Does get Nero. OG is popping the wings and instant res. No punish there from the Dallas Fuel, unfortunately. And Nero just loves out the grab. What a perfect timed ultimate there from OG. And because Nero died so far back, Scott, Dallas Fuel couldn't punish.
Interesting pick from Gurio at the end there, getting Ultraviolet. That's going to heavily limit the amount of healing they have. Are the Dallas Fuel going to recontest this? We have Sparkle switching over to the Genji, and it looks like they're going to go for it. They have the Transcendence from Fielder to be able to stall out the point.
And they have Rally coming up. Two big support ultimates. Dragons splitting the team up. There's the Transcendence. Okay, now they can walk through if they so choose. In fact, they're just going to run straight towards them. Ultraviolet's on the stairs. He's been spotted. Gurio taking the height. Dallas Fuel have stopped the aggression from the Rain, but they've layered both support ultimates. And Nero with a good first pick onto Fielder. And a second one from Kai. The sniper's working out too well right now for the Rain. The sharpshooters. Oh my goodness. The Dallas Fuel, they're going to crumble. That's what happens if you go up against double sniper comp. You cannot be peeking those angles aggressively.
The Atlanta Reign see the Transcendence and the Rally come out, just disengage. Play to your strengths, play to your snipers, and they will come up big for you, and they did. Getting caught between two stones with the compositions of the Fuel right now, and we have 4 minutes for the Reign to push through. When you're playing double snipers, you have 4 minutes to get a couple of picks.
Searcher, if the Atlanta Reign take the high ground here, it could be all over. Dallas Fuel need to push them back. It's quite an awkward comp for Sparkle to play in too, Scott. He hasn't really got much support when he goes in for that dive.
Exactly, he can deal with the snipers, just not alone. You can actually see the Dallas.
Instant res. Can Fuel punish? Yes, they can. Harmon follows up rather quickly. A nano boost onto Hawk. He's so strong right now.
He could commit
full
the grab
energy.
here.
He's just gonna commit to just doing damage. He don't need a grab. He's already taken care of Harmon. Luckily, Sparkle's there for the defense. But still, that gives a lot of room to the Atlanta Reign to push the car for free.
Exactly, if they get a couple of picks here, they could keep rolling. Gurio's very low.
Oh wow, res. Very nice. OG popping the wings. Oh! You don't want to test him. Looks like he's turned up today.
Love me some Battle Mercy, but they have the Graviton Dragon. The Dallas Fuel have got to be careful from grouping up. They do not have the Transcendence to deal with this one.
Wow, was that? Nah, no.
Oh.
Dragons. Oh dear. Harmon's caught in the grab. Gurio takes care of OG, however, and Sparkle's in the back. If you just distract them, if they're all looking forward, they ain't looking behind at their supports. They got to defend here. The Dallas Fuel cannot let that payload get a couple more meters. They got a little bit of time to defend though, Scott. 1 minute and 30 seconds, but look at that red box of victory for the Atlanta Reign. That'll be match point if they win here.
Absolutely, and Dallas Fuel have a wealth of ultimates right now to deal with anything the Reign throw at them. They just can't all get picked by these snipers at once. I'm curious to see how they want to use this Sparkle Blade. Are they going to wait for the Atlanta Reign to step up, or are they going to use it aggressively to negate the Atlanta Reign from taking space?
Nice sights. No one's peeking. You don't need to. Now the Atlanta Reign, like I said, if they get high ground, it could be disastrous, but the long sight line here from Kai is good. Dallas Fuel still need to be able to touch that point. It's Harbin's duty right now to do so. Blade for Sparkle. Will he use it after this flux? Gurio yet again with another humongous pick on the support. Nice flux from Harbin. Sets them up for success. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. The Dallas Fuel holding strong. Again, Scott talked about it earlier on. The support, the ultimate usage, the ultimate bank. The Dallas Fuel always looking strong.
The Reign don't really have any big ultimates to get them into these fights. They're going to make a change into the Lucio and a Doomfist, but their DPS lineup doesn't match what everyone else is doing right now. Curious to see how they're going to try and make this work, but I want to talk about Gurio. We talked about the Kai Gurio head-to-head. We haven't really seen those two go toe-to-toe, but Gurio's been getting timely picks against other players of the Atlanta Reign.
Double support ultimates and double DPS ultimates for the Fuel. They're only missing one. 60 seconds to go. Atlanta Reign on the approach, rather slow, and Gurio's going to delay them with that with those sights. Jump over the top. Ooh, I was close. You got to be careful though. Hunter's right around that corner. You know it, of course. But Fielder from downtown. Okay, the Reign. They know they need to go again. They got 30 seconds to go. Sparkle does die, but the spawns are close.
Are the Dallas Fuel going to get aggressive here, try and punish more of the players? No, they're going to disengage, and the Reign are coming in to final fight territory here. Ultraviolet has that nano probably to help get Hawk in, but Sparkle is still holding on to this blade. He's going to pop it as soon as the Reign peek their heads around, and they have both support ultimates to deal with it. Kai gets a pick on Gurio just to open it up though.
Extremely early pick. Gurio's going to spawn in a couple of seconds, and the Dallas Fuel still have ults. Very early rally as the Dragons come on through. There's the blade from Sparkle. He doesn't quite get a slash onto Nero. In fact, Booth back again. He gets the reset straight up into the high ground. Ultraviolet's in trouble. Overtime is here. The Atlanta Reign need to touch.
Nice.
The Dallas Fuel, though, they're holding strong. Hawk is dead. Crowd's going crazy. And the Dallas Fuel are 2 maps up. 1 map away from their potential revenge against the Glads in the finals. Sparkle, he's feeling himself.
Oh.
He's ready. He's going. The Atlanta Reign fall by the wayside, just 1.5 meters away from that 3rd point. Clutch pick after pick after pick. Kai, unfortunately, the end just couldn't make it work. Match point now for the Fuel.
Great composure by the Fuel, playing around their win conditions, playing to their strengths. That was a weird Circle Royale. The Atlanta Reign just getting caught between wanting to play snipers and wanting to dive at the end there, and never able to find a team fight win. Ooh, Dallas Fuel up 2. The Atlanta Reign have got to get a comeback going here. We're heading over to Push next. How can you not love that man?
I know. The smile on his face brings joy to millions, I'm sure. Let's jump to a break. Atlanta Reign, they've got to choose this map, and it could be their final one. We'll see you in a bit. Dallas Fuel proving that they can burn brighter and brighter as the days go by here at the Kickoff Clash. They're one map away from meeting the Glads in the finals. The Atlanta Reign need to claw their way back now. We're going to Colosseo for our push map.
And that's why it gets hard for the Atlanta Reign right now. We go to push, and even if they win Colosseo, they have to go back to another control map that the Dallas Fuel get to choose. So it is an uphill battle for them now. We see Edison sit back on the stage on that Reaper. Great play by Gurio. But now we go back to the tried and true composition of the Hanbin, Xayah, and the Edison Reaper. Can the Atlanta Reign find an answer to it?
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Oh, look at those friends, you know?
Friends. You can still be friends if you support different teams that are currently playing against each other at a LAN event when the crowd is mostly a Dallas Fuel crowd, right?
Yeah, you just got to avoid being too loud from time to time. Bring in Torbjorn, I agree.
True and real.
Players, if you can hear me, I believe Colosseo is a great Torb map.
It is.
It is.
It is. I played Torb a whole bunch on the beta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on that map. It's pretty, it's not good.
If Jack can make it work, you can too, guys.
Yeah, that's true. We did get a substitution. Gurio is stepping away. Got Edison coming back. Well, though Widowmaker, a little bit difficult to play on this map. So many flank routes. You get picked up by Tracers, Hanzos. Speaking of which, though, comp that we've seen evolve over the Kickoff Clash is this Hanzo comp on this map. Just sitting back, waiting for that first pick. Grab Dragons. We're back, baby.
We just saw Nero play a great Hanzo as well in the previous map, showing that he's very strong at that style. We know Hawk can play the Xayah. As much as Kings Road did not go their way, they had moments of brilliance. If they can tap back into that, you never know what can happen. We've had some good maps so far on Colosseo. Pelicans made magic happen. We had that banger of an ending yesterday. How's it gonna go? Are we gonna see both teams pick up this Xayah Hanzo and have this standoff at the beginning as they snipe towards each other?
Signs pointing to it, that's for sure. Man, the revenge story, I think, for both these teams is quite epic, to be honest. When we do push one of these teams to the final. God, the Dallas Fuel coming into this year, I was talking a whole bunch about, you know, transitioning from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. Are you going to keep a lot of your players? And both these squads have kept a fair chunk of their roster, but the players they've actually picked up have just been unreal. Like the rookies this year coming into the league, did anybody think Chio was going to be this good?
Exceptional.
Ultraviolet and OG on the other side, they have been just stars for the Atlanta Reign this entire season. Kai, Widow, double sniper. Okay, so I guess they expect no tracer from the other side, so Widowmaker with this long sightline on the bot.
It makes sense. Let's see if it pays off for them, because we're already seeing Sparkle. As much as he's not on the tracer, he's making that running man into the backline. Is Kai going to expect this?
Kai potentially too bored of the soldier right now. Oh, he knows. Okay. Oh, Venomite doesn't want to destroy it, even if you try to walk into it.
Okay,
well, destroying it. Okay, well, now they know. Oh, maybe Nero doesn't know. Nice little healing station. Instantly taking out Edison. However, Chio responding. Thanks for backing up my point there. Chio popping off already. Like to see it. Hawk's going to have a heck of a tough time doing anything right now. He's anti, no bubbles. Chio. Sparkle low. And Chio and Sparkle straight in the backline already. The Dallas Fuel just running over the Atlanta Reign. You cannot let Sparkle set up behind you like that.
I don't care about Sparkle. Chio coming in late. I thought OG was going to punish the aggressive style of Sparkle, but Chio just runs him down, helps him out, gets that pick, and heals them up, and the Dallas Fuel already in the driver's seat in this fourth map. So Kai Widowmaker has not had the impact just yet. We have not seen him get the picks. They're going to have to play so slowly, and the Dallas Fuel can just avoid the sightlines almost. You see Hanbin holding these stairs, just slowly pushing the pot. They've already got 50 meters, 1.5 minutes into the round.
That's lightning pace, and they're not stopping. This is the tempo we wanted to see. Chio going to the back line, just 1v1 in support. You know the vibes. Kai with one shot onto Sparkle, but it don't matter. Hanbin staring at your face. 100 energy. seeing spawn, son. Now, the Atlanta Reign switching up their composition, Scott. Kai coming back on the Soldier, but look already, the Dallas Fuel, they've got the checkpoint.
Kai not getting any real purchase with that Widow, and now Hanbin's just going to hold this corner, force the Atlanta Reign into them. As soon as they step up, there's going to be a Graviton.
Graviton Surge coming out. Edison hasn't got much to combo with it, but you don't need it if Edison's just standing there looking at you dead in the eyes. The Atlanta Reign need to find a footing in this game. They're just going to keep going. Keep the tempo up. Nano in the spawn. Touch the spawn door challenge. Very easy. The Dallas Fuel now with 100 meters in the bank.
Atlanta Reign have the Graviton Dragon to stop this push. They need to find something with this because this is slipping away from them quickly.
Nice Graviton Surge, Dragon's on top. There's not much you could do about that. Even the Nano invested actually there from Ultraviolet to try and find some more kills. They use a whole host of ultimates. Dallas Fuel though, getting to that point, used a lot of theirs, but remember they have got that forward spawn, Scott.
That's it, but look at how much, 114 meters already set by the Dallas Fuel. This is gonna be a monumental comeback by the Atlanta Reign if they can do it, and it all has to start now. They can't keep losing these team fights. Chiefs beats very early to get the Dallas Fuel into their face.
Return beat from the Atlanta Reign. It doesn't hit Kai, so he's going to have to play safe. And now Sparkle using the cover of these walls to get around them. Nice Dragons. Hawk was completely separated from the rest of the team, and Ultraviolet wasn't even there to heal him as he was already dead. Chio, with the help of Edison, chasing down Nero. The bot is walking at lightning's pace.
Dallas.
Is this going to be a completion? It's looking rather likely.
Dallas Fuel just on a completely different gear. We've got Kai and Sparkle meeting each other, but of course there's Chio. Somehow Chio's always there to help.
It's a 2v1. Kai going pretty low. Boop down the healing station. Goodbye, Kai. A one-way ticket back to spawn. Hawk's now in trouble. No bubbles to bear. And Edison fills him with arrows. The Atlanta Reign still need to stop the bots.
It's falling apart for them right now. It feels like they're in desperation mode. Hawk switched over the Doomfist because what they're doing right now isn't working. But another Graviton Surge. Are we going to see a completion?
Straight in the spawn. The whites of his eyes lighting up, and goodbye, Hawk. A completion so close. Unprecedented pace from the Dallas Fuel. They are destroying the Atlanta Reign in front of their home crowd. 2 meters to go. Hawk spawns, gets a kill on Shio, but I think it's about done. Goodbye, Hawk. Goodbye, Reign. There's the completion. Dallas Fuel. They're going to the finals, burning brighter every single day.
Incredible performance by the Dallas Fuel. Atlanta Reign just had no answer to everything that they threw at them. Jaws is hot, I agree. He's done a great job.
But who's hotter? The Dallas Fuel right now. That flame is at 1,000+ degrees. That tempo, that speed, that aggression was insurmountable for the Atlanta Reign.
So hot right now. The Dallas Fuel go punch their ticket to the grand finals to get a grudge match against the Los Angeles Gladiators. Last time these two teams faced, the Fuel had no answer to the rush aggression from the Gladiators. Will they come up with an answer this time?
That is going to be the question on everybody's lips. But the only answer in everybody's minds in this stadium right now is yes. The Dallas Fuel are taking it home. It's going to be a first of 4 in the finals too. We've got some extra maps to go through. You know, you've got to make it special at the very end. And the Dallas Fuel, they can continue this. They've warmed up right now. They're ready to rock and roll. The Gladiators, such a fierce competitor though. Look at their run, Scott, throughout the entirety of the Kickoff Clash.
I want to give a shout out to the Atlanta Reign, not the ending that they wanted, but a phenomenal performance in these playoffs. Coming in at the number 7 seed, having some shaky performances, but they rallied in the playoffs as they always do. They can leave heads high and come back into the next tournament.
I mean, this is the ideal situation, having the Fuel go to the finals and get revenge on the Gladiators. The Gladiators have shown such like unreal compositional fortitude, maybe? Is that the word? I don't know what it is. I know he's got a few words to say though, in front of the home crowd. We have Danny on the stage with Hanbin.
Johnson Costa, thank you very much. I am loving this energy. Everybody give it up for Hanbin and Dallas Fuel. Dallas is going to the finals, baby. All right, Hanbin, that was an amazing match, an amazing showing from you. How was the Atlanta raid? Going into the match, were you worried at all? And like after playing your match today, did anything change? Your perspective change on the Atlanta raid? 자, 일단 오늘 경기에 대해서 좀 말씀을 좀 나누고 싶어요. 일단 경기 들어오기 전에 아틀란타는 좀 어떤 팀이라고 예상을 했었고, 또 경기가 끝난 후에 좀 어떻게 아틀란타에 대한 좀 이렇게 생각이 좀 변했나요?
일단은 호크가 둔피를 준비한 것은 이미 알고 있었고요. 솔직히 둔피 조합만 파괴하면은 맞자리아는 제가 문제 없다고 판단해서 맞자리아 나오면 이길 거라 생각했고, 둔피 조합만 잘 대처하면은 충분히 이길 수 있을 거라고 생각해서 뭐 약간 도발도 하고 그랬던 것 같아요.
All right, I mean, I knew that Atlanta and also Hawk have been preparing with that Doofus composition, and I knew that if they run the Zarya comp, I was pretty confident in that mirror matchup that I could win. So I just really had to prepare well for Hawk's Doofus. Other than that, I didn't have any problems. That is why I, sort of wanted to taunt them as well inside the match. All right, Hanbin. I know you have another match coming up really shortly, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But before, one last quick question. You guys are going up against Los Angeles Gladiators for the finals, a team that put you guys down once, and that score was 3-1. How confident are you going into the final match of the Kickoff Clash? 자, 마지막 질문입니다. 다음 경기. 글래디토에서의 경기 저번에 한 번 했을 때 3대1로 아쉽게 패배를 했지만은 오늘 이제 결승전에서 만나게 된 글래디와의 경기 좀 어떻게 좀 걱정이나 이런 건 없으신가요? 자신감 있으십니까?
솔직히 저번에 진 거는 그냥 저희가 아직 경기에 적응을 못했었던 것 같고, 이렇게 다시 붙게 되면 저희가 100% 이길 거라고 확신하기 때문에 절대 안 진다는 마인드로 게임할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Last time we played, I think we lost because we weren't just used to this whole environment. Everything was a little bit new. So going into the finals of the Kickoff Clash, I am 100% sure that we could beat the Los Angeles Gladiators. So I am not worrying at all. Everybody give it up for Hanbin. Thank you so much. Costa and Jones, back to you.
감사합니다.
I mean, pure confidence coming out of that lab right now. 100% we're going to win. 100%. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. With the confidence they've been playing ever since the Gladiators knocked them down, I can start to believe it. But they're going to have to crack the code of the Los Angeles Gladiators, and so far no one's been able to do that. Oh no.
Okay. They do face the Gladiators in just a little bit, Scott. But of course, we've got Hanbin up on the stage, and he's going to be our player of the match as well. His Zarya play, just the tempo in which they played. I'm going to have to check with the stats guys in a second, because Colosseo, that map has to have been the fastest we've ever seen any push being completed. Maybe, just maybe. Like, he was go time every single time. He had grab in their spawn. Boom, hits 2, kills them. Easy game. The supports don't even need to worry about it.
Atlanta Reign, I believe, got 0 meters. So that's a clean sweep from the Dallas Fuel and a statement going into their upcoming match against the Gladiators. Hanbin is at the helm of this team. The only map that they lost was the one that Hanbin wasn't in. It'll be interesting to see if they lean more into that. They need to find a way to tap into Hanbin and get him more value in their upcoming match in the grand finals, because Hanbin, he's just been so sick. Look at this confidence as he just walks into the opposition spawn. He did it against the Atlanta Reign. He did it against the San Francisco Shock. He does it time and time again. Just look at the stat line. 50% average energy is just ridiculous. He's pumping out so much damage.
5 grab kills per 10, 12 plus final blows per 10. He can do it all, pretty much. But are they going to rely on a little bit of fearless here and there? The Gladiators, of course, are a tough opposition. They've shown us many different comps over the weekend, and they're going to be a tough one to crack. Their run throughout the Kickoff Clash has been exceptional.
Oh yeah, absolutely exceptional. I think the entire Dallas Fuel has just been really rallying behind their own style. They've just been unlocked this thing. You talk about all the individual players. We talk great about Hanvin, but Chio just having so much impact time and time again, just helping his team. Sparkle with the versatility. Edison on the Reaper, defining how it should be played. Fielder just getting sleeps. It's just absolutely incredible. I want to give a special shout out to Gurio as well.
Yeah.
Someone that I've been very harsh on so far throughout this kickoff clash because he needed to get impact, and he got it today on Circuit Royale. Without him, they probably wouldn't have won that map.
Yeah, for sure. They can sub him in whenever they so choose. The Gladiators are a tough opposition, but every single piece of the puzzle right now for the Dallas Fuel is just locking into place. They're ready to rock and roll. They're going to need a little bit of a break, I'm sure, just to shake it off just a little bit. Just prepare for the next match. It's going to be a big one. They've not been in the finals since 2021 Summer Showdown. So, you know, this is the time to get some more numbers in. They get a lot of league points as well. If they do end up winning here, guarantees them some league points for later on in the year, Scott.
Absolutely. That's the thing that everyone's looking for. They want those points. They want to get this sort of feel this good start to your season, become the team that everyone wants to be.
Yeah, and a little bit quiche as well, of course. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Finals of the Kickoff Clash. They're right round the corner.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Upper Deck, the official trading card of the Overwatch League.
And by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.